This is my production video report for MD5356. For this assessment, I chose to work with the existing media. From the start of this module, I wanted to choose game footage as I feel stronger connection to gaming music and sound design. I found a trailer to a game called Assassin's Creed Valhalla just right when it's been released on YouTube. It's about Vikings, and as a huge fan of Viking culture, I decided to work with this trailer. I've already had a brief knowledge of this type of music since tribal music from all around the world has always fascinated me, and also I've watched so many Viking films, but the sound design for games differs a lot from the film one. So first I decided to do some research, for example, about the Nordic instruments. I decided to mix up the cultural and mainstream types of music since it's a trailer for a game and it has to reach its young audience as best as possible. I didn't find this trailer with voices only, so I used a software called Isotope RX7 to isolate the voices and important sound effects like swords. The isolation worked well for voices, but for other parts not so well, but I decided to leave them be. In my opinion, the original soundtrack is a bit too mainstream, because this trailer holds so much potential for cultural sound design, and with that in mind, I've put some samples from the keyed fiddle, which is a Nordic string instrument used during the Viking times. I've also worked with more traditional drums that I've heard in Nordic folk music. This trailer is telling a story and is divided into sections. Each section has a different feeling and I tried my best to interpret them. In the first section, I used pads and background sounds to make room for the viewer to get to know what this trailer is about. Near the end of this section, I slowly added simple kick drums to break the suspense just a bit. In the second section, I added the drums to bring suspense even more and to let viewers know that something is coming. During the battle section, I added a different combination of drums, more dynamic and energetic. When this one person dies, I cut out all the drums and work with the key fiddle and strings with arpeggiator. Since it's a plot twist, I've put the low pass filter on the strings so the viewers get to feel how the main character stops fighting. In the boss battle scene, I decided to make an actual in-game music. I thought a lot of what soundtrack would be put in the actual game and made music based on my thoughts. I wanted to bring into it suspense, very dark atmosphere, and also the feeling of something ongoing, which in this case is a boss battle. And I programmed the drums so that they are slowly building up, so when the kill of the boss scene comes, I cut out all the drums to bring surprise into it and put slow and soft vocals to kind of hypnotize the viewers. I think what gave my composition some spark are definitely the Nordic style drums, keyed fiddle and strings, and the suspense pad. I also think that the vocals fit nicely as well. I've also put a bird flying sound effect, which wasn't there in the original soundtrack. I've warped and transposed this so that it gives the slow motion effect. Then on top of the existing bird sound, I added the crow sound so that it gives the viewers more perspective on what's happening. In between the musically most important parts, I've designed some sounds as a background noise to hypnotize the viewers subconsciously. To develop my work further, I would need to intensively look into the drum programming more and maybe find more interesting background sounds. Also, I would need to add my own Foley, For example, sword sounds.